If you sit with me for 10 minutes, I will likely figure you out. One of the things I have spent my education mastering is perceiving the subtle visual, bodily, and emotional cues that people present. I can read a room, understand exactly what the people in front of me desire, and effortlessly devise a win win strategy to give it to them. Many of you watching this possess the exact same trait. You play the perfect role for your parents, your siblings, your colleagues, and your romantic partners. You keep your emotions in check, you lock in, and you help them navigate their crisis. But here is the uncomfortable truth, the foundational glitch in your operating system. You are architecting brilliant solutions for everyone else, yet you are psychologically bankrupting yourself. You play the savior, the chief therapist, and the guardian for the world, but you refuse to play it for yourself. You suffer from the expectation trap. You expect the people you helped to regulate your emotions in return. But relying on external variables, other human beings, for internal stability is a mathematically broken system. Today, we are going to discuss the evolutionary psychology of why we do this. And I will show you how to completely restructure your relationship with yourself so you never have to hang your happiness on someone else again. To fix this, we need to look at the etymology of the words shaping our cognition. Let's break down the word dependence. It comes from the Latin dependere, which literally translates to hang from. When you place expectations on your partner or your family to validate you, you are structurally hanging your entire psychological weight on them. When they move, you swing violently. In organizational psychology, we look at systems. A system that requires constant external input to maintain its baseline is incredibly fragile. Research on the locus of control proves this. Individuals who operate with an internal locus of control, meaning they believe they are the masters and dictators of their own emotional outcomes, report significantly higher relationship satisfaction than those who rely on external factors. Evolutionary sociology wired us to rely heavily on the tribe for physical survival. But translating that ancient tribal reliance into modern emotional dependence is a trap. We must shift the paradigm. You must develop and earn security, rising above the malevolent or anxious experiences of your past to engineer a secure state of mind internally. You must build an unattached, meditative mindset, not a cold mindset, but a fiercely objective one. We are going to translate academic research into actionable, bite sized daily applications. We need a system. I call this the chief therapist protocol. It happens in three distinct phases. Phase one, the objective distancing. When a relationship enters a crisis, a fight with a lover, a disappointment from a parent, your default bias is to react hastily. You must learn to distance yourself from this present situation by stepping outside of the emotional turbulence. You become objective. You adopt a stoic, minimally responsive posture. You limit unnecessary effort and thinking. You observe the conflict as if you are a researcher taking notes rather than a victim taking damage. Phase two is skeptical pause. This is rooted in a psychological concept called cognitive reappraisal. It is the strategy of deliberately modifying your emotional response by reinterpreting the meaning of the stimuli before you react. Studies show that people who utilize cognitive reappraisal experience dramatically higher marital and relationship quality. So the next time someone delivers a harsh sermon, an attitude, or an expectation, be skeptical. Do not believe the projection immediately. Pause. Reappraise the situation. Understand that their anger is often a reflection of their own internal chaos, not a metric of your worth. Take their reactions significantly less seriously. Phase three is the mirror interlocution. You must become your own best friend, parent, and guardian. We often think that prioritizing ourselves is selfish and will ruin our relationships. The clinical data says the exact opposite. Dr. Christine Neff's research on self-compassion demonstrates that individuals who give themselves emotional validation are actually significantly less controlling, less verbally aggressive, and more caring towards their partners because they aren't desperately relying on their partner to meet all their needs. They have the capacity to genuinely love. Before we get to the strict action items for this week, I want to anchor this in a story, an ancient Indian spiritual tradition. There is a famous anecdote about the Kasturi Mrig, the Himalayan musk deer. This deer possesses a scent gland in its own navel that produces an intoxicating, beautiful fragrance. But the deer doesn't know the scent comes from within. So it spends the entire life running frantically across the forest, exhausting itself, desperately searching for the source of this beautiful smell, never realizing it was carrying the fragrance all along. You are doing the same exact thing with your relationships. You are running through the forest of your social life, desperately seeking validation, stability, and hope from your colleagues and lovers. You are trying to find someone else to act as your chief therapist. Stop running. The stability is in your own psychology. Cultivating hope, change, and faith in yourself is the only way to genuinely help others. You cannot strategize a win win situation for your family if your side of the board is entirely empty. Understanding philosophy and psychology means absolutely nothing if you do not integrate it into your daily life. Here are your strict action items for the next 7 days. Take a screenshot of the document. Number one, the 24-hour delay. For the next week, whenever you feel emotionally triggered by a friend, your partner, or your family member, you will keep your emotions in check. You will be minimally responsive. You will enforce a 24-hour cognitive reappraisal window before you act. Number two, the role play reversal. When you are feeling anxious, lock in. Sit down and write out the exact advice you would give to your absolute best friend if they were in your situation, and then obey your own advice. Number three, the attachment audit. Look at your life objectively and identify exactly whose validation you are hanging your weight on. Acknowledge it and consciously begin to cut the string. Every week, I provide academic reading lists, private essays, and deeper philosophical frameworks to help you restructure your cognition. Remember, be your own best friend. I will see you in the next one.